Okay, so we're living in the age of AI. It's everywhere, and it's bringing some unprecedented progress. But what's the real price of all that progress? Today, we're going to move past the hype and really uncover the hidden challenges of artificial intelligence. We're going to look at the risks we absolutely need to manage if we want to build a future we can all trust. And this question right here, this is really the core dilemma, isn't it? Is AI this amazing tool that's going to elevate all of humanity? Or are we accidentally building something that could cause some very real harm? What we're going to see is that the tech itself, well, it isn't good or evil. The outcome depends entirely on the choices we make. Before we dive into the risks, we have to acknowledge just how powerful a force for good AI already is. I mean, it is shaping our world right now in ways a lot of us don't even notice, making our lives easier, safer, and way more efficient. Just think about it for a second. These examples show just how deeply AI is already woven into the fabric of our daily lives. It's kind of become this invisible engine that's driving modern convenience. From the shows you binge watch, to the medical care you might receive, and even the security of your bank account, AI is constantly working in the background to make things better.
But, and this is a big but, with all that incredible power comes some pretty significant risk. So now, let's flip the coin over. It's time to really examine the real-world dangers that pop up when this technology is developed without enough foresight and care.
So our first major challenge is something called algorithmic bias. This is what happens when an AI, which is just trying to learn from the data we give it, ends up absorbing and, well, even amplifying our own human prejudices. It's a subtle problem, but it is incredibly corrosive. And here's the kicker. Here's why this happens. An AI is only as good as the data it's trained on. So if we feed it data that reflects, say, decades of biased hiring practices, the AI just learns those unfair patterns as the correct way to make decisions. It doesn't just copy our past mistakes, it automates them on a massive scale. Take a look at this hiring example. We've got two candidates. They have identical resumes, but one of them gets ranked as a far better match. Why? Potentially just because their name suggests a different gender or ethnicity. Now, this isn't some theoretical glitch. This is a documented reality that can have devastating consequences, stopping qualified people from ever getting a fair shot. All right, next up is the rapid expansion of what we call pervasive surveillance. AI is taking our ability to monitor the world to a whole new, and for a lot of people, a pretty unsettling level. In the past, surveillance was held back by a simple fact. You needed a human to actually watch the screen. But AI removes that limitation completely. Now, a single system can analyze feeds from thousands of cameras at once, 24/7, using facial recognition and even trying to predict behavior. This shift from manual to automated monitoring creates a capacity for observation at a scale that used to just be science fiction.
Okay, let's talk about the economic impact of AI. This is a big one, and it's on a lot of people's minds as automation gets more and more sophisticated. AI's ability to automate complex tasks is a total double-edged sword. On one hand, it drives incredible efficiency. But on the other, it poses a direct threat to millions of jobs, especially in areas like transportation, manufacturing, and customer support. And this raises a huge question for society. How do we get our workforce ready for this massive technological shift? So, we've laid out some really serious challenges. But we are not powerless here. This isn't about stopping progress. It's about being smarter, being more deliberate about it. Let's explore how we can steer AI development in a safer, more responsible direction. This right here is the central question for engineers, for ethicists, and for policymakers today. How do we design and regulate these systems so that they're not only powerful and efficient, but also fundamentally trustworthy and aligned with our shared human values?
The solution really rests on a framework of responsible development. It all starts with better data, because that old saying, garbage in, garbage out, has never been more true. Then, we absolutely must keep humans in the loop for critical decisions. And finally, we have to demand transparency to understand how these systems are reaching their conclusions.
This human-in-the-loop idea is absolutely crucial. It ensures that for our most important decisions, the really big ones, AI serves as a powerful advisor, not the final judge and jury. It means a doctor makes the ultimate diagnosis, a judge delivers the final sentence. A human expert always has the last word. This table really captures the fundamental shift in thinking that we need. For years, the focus was all on building these black box systems for maximum performance, even if we couldn't understand their internal logic. The future has to be explainable AI, where trust and accountability are treated as features that are just as important as speed or accuracy.
So what does the future of AI look like? Well, the good news is it's not set in stone. The technology itself is neutral. The choices we make today are actively shaping the AI of tomorrow. And that responsibility doesn't just fall on a handful of developers in some office somewhere.
The responsibility for getting this right, it's on all of us. As consumers, as citizens, as leaders, we have the power to demand more ethical, transparent, and accountable AI from the companies and governments that build and use it. So what's the bottom line here? AI is one of the most powerful tools humanity has ever created. It has incredible potential and, yes, some significant risks. But by focusing on better data, insisting on human oversight, and demanding transparency, we can navigate those risks. We can build an AI that truly serves us all. The future isn't just happening to us, we are building it with every single choice we make. This quote has never been more relevant. The future of AI is not something we should just passively wait for and see how it turns out. It's something we all have a stake in actively creating. The only question left is, what kind of future are we going to choose to build?